As the war with Russia drags on, Ukraine's energy supply is set to face its most difficult winter yet, with temperatures dropping and the cold months closing in. Kiev's allies are scrambling to ensure Ukraine's energy security and prevent a humanitarian catastrophe. Here's a report.
Russia has intensified its assault, launching deadly airstrikes on Ukrainian cities. Russia continues to fire its glide bombs to devastating effect. The latest attack is on Ukraine's northeastern city of Kharkiv. Ukrainian authorities say civilian buildings were targeted. Russia also launched new strikes in the Ukrainian city of Zaporizhzhia. It is the second consecutive night of a glide bomb attack on the southern city. Kyiv says civilians are bearing the brunt of these attacks, with residential buildings damaged and power grids left in ruins. In just the past few days, Ukraine has seen dozens of missiles and over 100 heavily armed drones unleashed over major cities, wreaking havoc on both lives and essential services.
It's hard, but I understand the importance of my job and also my professional duty to not give up no matter what, to restore and supply electricity. Electricity is the lifeblood of the economy, and if there is no economy, we will not win. We have to keep working.
Ukraine is urging the US to approve the use of long-range missiles to strike deep into Russian territory in an effort to cripple Moscow's ability to launch further attacks. Kyiv argues that hitting military targets within Russia could significantly reduce the frequency of airstrikes on Ukrainian cities and front lines. Washington is aware of the danger as the chill sets in, and Ukraine braces for a harsh winter.
We have once again not just the prospect but the reality of Putin weaponizing winter, weaponizing the weather, to use energy as a weapon in his efforts to subjugate Ukraine. And we know that the upcoming winter will be challenging.
Despite the precarious conditions in Ukraine, US is cautious, with President Biden weighing the risk of escalating tensions with nuclear-armed Russia. Power shortages are already affecting millions of households, and with winter fast approaching, Ukraine's energy grid is under extreme pressure. Russian strikes have specifically targeted the country's power supply, leading to widespread outages. Efforts are underway to connect Ukraine's electricity grid with the rest of Europe, which could cover around 25% of the country's energy needs. But the situation remains alarming. Bureau Report, WION World is One.
And for more on this, we earlier spoke to Lester Munson, who is a senior fellow at National Security Institute in Washington, D.C.
Ukraine does appear today to have, in some ways, the upper hand over the Russians. It has taken Russian territory for the first time in the last couple of months. That changes the chessboard significantly, even though it's not a lot of territory in the context of what Russia has taken. It does change the conversation. Also, Ukraine is now able to strike further into Russian territory. It wants to be able to strike even further than that. That changes the dynamic as well. And if Ukraine can hold its ground and maybe even gain a little advantage in this coming winter through longer range strikes, through quicker repair of its damaged infrastructure, then it's going to be in a good position to push for perhaps a negotiated settlement next year that sees a large part of the Russian forces withdrawn from their country.
For all the latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.